Ready? So my name is Emily Long, and I'm from Ohio University, Zanesville. I'm an instructor for electronic media. So do you guys know what that means, electronic media?
Can you explain it?
Yes. So the green screen you have back there, that's electronic media. We do audio, video, web design, graphic design, all of that kind of stuff is what we do. If you'll go ahead. We offer an associate's in applied science of electronic media. Okay? So there's actually a really easy transition to go from our program. If you're wanting a bachelor's, you can go from our program to OU that offers a bachelor's, and that's actually one of the top schools in the nation for this kind of thing. So it's definitely recommended. That's what I did, and I loved it. So you can go ahead if you want. So some of the courses that we offer, we do video production, web design, graphic design, digital media, and multimedia. Those are all usually my classes. So I teach you how to build a website. I teach you how to do field production in video, in studio production like you guys are doing here. And then we also have audio production. He teaches you, you actually make your own radio spot. We have our own studio there for radio that you'll be working with. He'll teach you how to podcast. You'll learn how to record your own audio. So if you love band, like I know you guys probably do, you learn how to record that kind of music. And it's really fun. We teach you all the programming that you need to know. We do advertising as well, digital photography, Photoshop, all the Adobe programs you should learn by the time you leave us. So if you want to go ahead.
Okay.
So some of the student projects that we do, we actually just finished up our own short film that we'll be screening in McConnellsville. I was telling Greg about that actually. If you guys want to come check it out, I'll send him information. They've created their own radio station. We actually have a student that's in charge of running that, and all the students can be involved and create their own packages for that radio station. Like I said, we do web design. The students just finished up their own websites. Some people did it on audio, some people created their own personal portfolios and things like that. We briefly touch animation. Does anybody like animation? Yeah, we kind of touch on that. It's fun. Like I said, we do photography and digital illustration. So by the time you leave, the reason that this is important, all employers in the field are going to want to see something that you've done. And everyone's going to have something. And if you don't have anything to show them, then you're already behind. So when you leave our program, you'll have a giant portfolio to show employers. And we help you and assist you in getting a job and getting internships. So that's actually, has anyone seen Hateful Eight? I know it's rated R, so probably not. But this poster was actually inspired by that film poster. This is one of our students, Andrew. He created that in Photoshop, so you'll learn how to do fun stuff like that. You'll go.
Okay.
Thank you. We also have the Electronic Media Club, which is so much fun. That's where we kind of forget about the classroom stuff and we go do fun stuff. We take trips to the movies, and then after we grab a bite to eat and talk about the film that we see and really, get critical. We do a live game show for fun. It's awesome. We have speakers come in. Like I said, we go on trips. We're actually going to have a video game tournament in the fall. Does anybody like Super Smash Brothers? Yeah, we're going to have a tournament, so you guys can enter if you want, and it's free. So we also have we're going to go to the 48-hour film shootout in Athens. We're going to try and go to several of those. Does anybody know what that is? What that is, you actually take a crew of people. So the one in Athens, you would go down to Athens. They give you a prop, a genre, and a line of dialogue, and you have 48 hours to make a film. And it's so much fun, and at the end you get so a certain person is awarded, the grand prize and stuff like that. So have you ever done a 48 hour?
No, I haven't.
I actually haven't either, but this will be our first one. So
That'll be interesting. It sounds.
that's in the summer. And if you wanted to be a part of it, even if you're, not started into our program yet, you're more than welcome. If you wanted to be a grip or, a production assistant or something like that, we'd love to have you, or anybody else. So. And they just went actually down to the film festival screening in Athens. I think that was the first week of April, and they watched the experimental filmmaking portion of it. So there's a lot of film stuff. There's also a lot of audio stuff too. I know that like Chuck, the one that we were talking about earlier, he actually has his own studio that he's starting, so he's actually allowing students to come intern there if they want and really get some hands-on experience. We've also been talking about maybe going to a concert all together, so fun stuff like that. You can go again. The reason that I have this up here is because I come from a really small town, and everyone thinks if you go into the media field, you either have to be making Hollywood films or you have to move to New York City and work in advertising or something like that. That's not true. There's jobs right here in Ohio. The reason that Seabiscuit is up there is the assistant director of that film actually graduated from our program. His name is David Philippi. He directed Summer Catch too. Well, he was the assistant director of Summer Catch. He's worked for ABC6 and places like that. I worked for ABC6. A couple of our students has went on to work at the Blitz. There's really OU students all throughout the country and OUZ students. The Hollywood Casino in Columbus, one of our alumni, he works there and runs all their visuals. So there are jobs here in Ohio if you're not wanting to leave. There's also jobs everywhere else too if you do want to leave. So
A lot of the people I work with in the Columbus market were OU grads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll find that.
Probably the majority of the people working in the market were probably OU grads.
Yeah, definitely. I've been kind of creating like a field trip to go to different web design places in Columbus, and 3 of them that I wrote, all 3 had one OU alumni that was really excited about us coming. So we're everywhere.
Okay.
You want to go ahead? This is actually us. This is David Philippi that I mentioned that was the assistant director of Summer Catch. This is us with him. He came, I think, in February. He's super involved with our program. He helped me get my first internship at Mills James, which, has anyone heard of Mills James? Yeah, it's the top production company in Ohio. It's a great place to start. So people like that, we help you network and meet people in the industry, so that way when you leave, you can find a job. It is not impossible to find a job here in Ohio. It is very, very possible. Cannot stress that enough. Okay. So, some of the events that we have coming up, I think I was talking about this earlier, but we have a Battle of the Bands. High school students are more than welcome to enter if you know anyone. I'll be judging it, and it'll be a really fun audio experience. So if anyone's
I
interested.
think one of my former students who is involved with the band, my understanding that she and her band are probably going to enter. Because I talked to her here a while back, and I think she mentioned that they were planning to.
That's fantastic.
They performed at the talent show here recently, and I told her that they really needed to go in because they had an original song that they performed at the talent show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're giving away a cash prize there to the winner. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sure we'll be excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing, we're having the Students in Media Awards. So I think I was talking about this earlier too. If you submit projects to us in web design, video, audio, we will look at all of it, screen all of it, and then pick winners for each category. And then we're having a big ceremony for the winners and kind of announcing their names. But throughout the day, we're actually going to have little workshops where you can come in and listen to me lecture and get some hands-on experience with some of our equipment and just kind of see what the program's all about. So it'll be really fun. The showcase has actually passed, but we're going to have another one in the fall. That's for students to come and tour the studio. You'll get to meet me and the other instructor, like the audio instructor, and the head of our program, and you'll actually get to talk to some of our current students to see what they have to say about it.
I went to the one here a while back. I think I mentioned to you guys that was going on, but nobody really was available that night, unfortunately, because everyone had to work. But
yeah,
definitely worthwhile if you're thinking about going down there to go down and check it out.
Yeah, and I'll give him more information about when we have that in the fall. The Students in Media Awards, we actually have $750 worth of tuition deduction that we'll be giving away. We have a $500 certificate and a $250 certificate. If you attend those workshops, your name will be put into that drawing. So I highly, highly recommend if you're thinking about coming into our program to attend those. Again, they'll just be really, really fun. So I think you guys should definitely think about it. And I think that apply today. If you do, you get your application fee waived. So you probably have already applied, so you probably don't want to. But if you haven't applied yet, I can put my signature on there and you will not have a fee for your application. So,
I've already been accepted into OUZ, but I didn't choose this. How do I go about choosing this program?
You and I can both go to Jason Howard and we can talk to him and you can declare your major that way.
Okay.
He's in charge of our admissions, but I would love to be there with you so I can kind of help you as well, and I could walk you around if you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely if that's something you're thinking about. And then if you want to go to the next one, does anyone have any questions? No? Okay.
No questions, guys? Okay.
I kind of passed my name as well.
So what's exactly the Battle of the Bands?
What was it?
So what's exactly the Battle of the Bands?
Basically, student bands can enter, and then the day of the show they'll play, I think we've said 3 to 4 songs, and I think we're picking 5 bands to play, and right now we have 3, so if you have one, I would definitely enter. And then at the end, the judges will pick a winner in the crowd, and we'll give them a cash prize. It's going to be really fun, yeah. And if you, do you have applications for that? Have I sent those over your way?
I don't know if I still, let me check here real quick. Yeah.
Okay,
And I
yeah,
do
he has
I do
one.
have them
So.
right here.
Yeah, and we're kind of aimed towards rock, but if you have something kind of similar, we're fine. We're very open right now to that.
I'll get it.
Need a copy of it? I'll just leave it right here.
Who else seniors in here? Just seniors, awesome. Are you thinking about going into media too, maybe?
Not really. I
Oh.
don't know.
No worries.
She's just wait.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I think that's it. Did you have anything you wanted to mention?
I think that's it. I know we got a couple of seniors that weren't able to make it here tonight, but we'll put this video up so they can see it too.
Perfect. Yeah.
So, because I know I've got one of them that's in one of my classes, I think, was thinking about coming to OU.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot to mention too, we do go on some fun field trips. We just went to ABC 6, NBC 4, and Brainstorm Media in the same day. And that day, it was right before Easter, so they had people in bunny costumes. They actually let one of our students get in the bunny costume and get on camera and stuff. So it's really fun, yeah. And we went to Mills James. And
Mills James is pretty awesome. I've been there
yes,
a couple times. It's like the place that you want to work when you get in business.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for the clap. I always do claps in my classes, and no one ever does it with me, so I appreciate the clap.